360 Albums Tourney, matchup number 21 pits Typo Negative, October Rust, even though we're filming in January, against Never Enough by Dwaal. Now, a disclosure, I don't know how to pronounce the name of D-W-A-A-L, so I'm saying Dwaal. Could be radically different. I don't know much about them. I looked them up just briefly, just looked a few lines of their bio, and I think they're Norwegian, but that's all that I know about them. So this album's got A Tall Mountain to Climb, Never Enough by Dwaal, going up against Typo Negative, one of my all-time favorite bands. I've got a tattoo. One of my first tattoos was inspired by Typo Negative, and I love this album. It's especially in the fall. October Rust is a great album in fall. But let's start with Never Enough. And actually, have you ever had a spiritual experience, an actual spiritual experience when listening to a song for the first time or one of the first times? Well, I had that last night. Let me explain that to you. When I was listening to the song You Were Never Enough, I was coming back from the gym, working out over 2 hours in a 130-degree infrared sauna, push-ups, squats, boxing, yoga, isometrics, all the works. Doing all that, driving home, and it was dark. The UK basketball team was playing, so the city of Lexington was unusually quiet while driving home. There were snow and ice, and the song You're Never Enough came on by Dwaal. And I kept turning up louder and louder. I wasn't sure if my speakers or my eardrums were going to burst first. Luckily, neither one did. But I could not get enough of this song. Like, my brain started flooding my body with endorphins, and everything came into super focus, and just everything just sounded incredible. So I drove home, just enjoying in the moment the experience of You're Never Enough. When I got to the driveway, I was a little worried my neighbors were going to call the police on me or something, because I still had it really loud, and probably for about 4 or 5 minutes I was headbanging in my car and singing. Even though I didn't really know the lyrics, I was singing what I could figure out, and just matching the energy of it. And if they did call the police, they just did a drive-by. But I had that last night with that song, and I was thinking about, that's the kind of song that somebody may listen to and be kind of down about, but I'm kind of wired a touch, just a pinch, like David Goggins, and I feel like you're never finished. It's never enough. You need to always strive to get better, and that's one thing about this album by Dwaal. It is the best album so far, and I'm now 42 albums in on the 360 Albums Tourney. The best album so far at the gym. I had it just playing on repeat, this album, for the 2 hours in the gym, and it just kept helping me pump out some difficult reps at times, and it's kind of like the band Crowbar. It's just really good music if you're working out. So those of you that hit the weights or do boxing or MMA, check out Dwaal. Now, it's going up against Typo Negative. I'm on record as being a huge Typo Negative fan. I especially like this album. It's got some of my all-time favorite songs, like Wolf Moon, Red Water, Christmas Morning, My Girlfriend's Girlfriend, Green Man, Be My Druidess. It is just chock full of phenomenal songs. It's got a lot of keyboards. It's a little poppier than probably the rest of the Typo Negative catalog, but I've always loved this album. I've always owned a physical copy ever since it first came out. The dog, my neighbor's dog, is upset. Maybe the ghost of Peter Steele is talking to this dog. Maybe not. But if the ghost of Peter Steele's talking to this dog, it's going to be because I'm advancing Dwaal to the round of 180 albums. Dwaal, Never Enough, was enough to upset one of my favorite albums and move on. For those of you that watch the NCAA basketball tournaments, this is comparable to a 16 seed defeating a 1 seed, or at least a 15 seed beating a 2 seed. This tournament's not about the best album for my entire lifespan. It's about what album I like better in the time period of the albums matching up. And for this matchup, I listened to these 2 albums a little bit the past 3 days, and I always make sure to listen to each album in a matchup at least one full time. So I hate to say goodbye to Typo Negative, but I'm looking forward to another round with Dwaal. Maybe I'll figure out how to pronounce their name by then, maybe not. For those of you that like heavy metal, like heavier metal, and I'm not really going to attach a genre to Dwaal. The bands that they kind of remind me of at times are like the band Winter and Neurosis, but they've got their own gig going on. I'm not going to attach any genres or anything. You dial it up and see what you think of it. Do you like Type O Negative? Do you specifically like this album? If so, what are some of your favorites? Let me know. Cheers.